terms of growth, what are some of the strategies you've seen that have worked really, really well in terms of, were there breakthroughs that a company or some companies that you've worked with have done? Because in other words, often, especially a tech startup, hyper growth, they've got an idea which is there's either two ways to look at it, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Number one is it's a totally new idea and you've got to educate the market. Or two, you're making a better mousetrap. In other words, you are taking an existing product and making it better. So Uber's maybe an example of saying, we're going to disrupt this industry. It's not a new product. What are some examples that you've come across in companies you've worked for where they've had a breakthrough or they've made a better mousetrap? So are there any examples that you can reveal or tips about that?
Yeah. One of the companies that I've worked with for many years is a company called Slack. I'm not sure if you're familiar with them as a communication tool.
We're using yep.
Yeah. So I started working with Evolution, and we my company that I'm working with is Evolution. So we started working with Slack when they were about 150 folks, and so now they've gone through becoming a public company acquired by Salesforce and all the way through. And so I would say in many cases, by many standards, they are a success story. So they're one example. I've definitely have worked with other name brand companies that many people have heard of. And some, honestly, I would say, let me just say for the record, though, growth for growth's sake is not the goal. And most founders who take themselves on a growth trajectory, they look in the mirror and like, why did I do that to myself? And so you really have to love growing a company in order to put yourself in that position. So that I'm just a little bit of a caveat, but for those of you out there who do want growth, and not just for the glory, but because it's fun and you're kind of in it for the ride, then I would say it's a lot about timing in the market. So it's about creating high quality, knowing what you're great at and developing the product or the service. But there's a lot of looking for opportunities in the marketplace. And usually there's pockets of opportunity and you've got to jump on them and you can't always anticipate them. So it's noticing it in real time. What's the opportunity here and going for it. And so sometimes that's one sale for a company that maybe it's a bit bigger than what you have deployed before, but it's thinking just bigger than what you've done before. It's looking for the next opportunity, the next. And that's very uncomfortable because you're literally over your skis and you're kind of intentionally over your skis, but you're building a team and a product or service that will allow you to be able to kind of survive through those pockets of overextending and then quickly getting your feet under you, and then overextending and quickly getting your feet under you.